Three sexual spectrum. Our speaker is Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair. I'll brief about him. He is a gynecologist, special interest in sexual medicine and andrology, practicing in Kochi since 30 years. Vice Chairman of ISSP, Director Andro Gynae Care, Kochi in Kerala. Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair.
Thank you, sir. At least some of you have seen that went on the street. See, time pass. Some of you. Seen or not? Yes. So I assure you that my talk will also be a time pass for all of you. So good afternoon, respected seniors and my dear friends. I take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Paras Bhai and Dr. Archana and the whole team for this wonderful conference and their hospitality. Special thanks to Dr. Paras for giving me an opportunity to stand before you. I am not going to present any literature reviews or any RCT, not about a new molecule for ED or PMI. Instead, I will be presenting a case history of my patient. This happened in 2019 BC, 2 years before Corona. 28-year young girl, married for 2 years, living in Canada with her husband. Both are working in an ID. So, for vacation, she came all alone to Kochi and taken an unusual appointment with me. The moment she got into my chamber, she asked me to help her get a divorce. So with a smile, I told her that you are in a wrong chamber. I am not a lawyer. I am a gynecologist. She did not allow me to complete the gynecology. She said that I know very well that sir, you are a gynecologist. Moreover, you are a sexologist, and that's why I am here. Only you can help me get a divorce. And I asked her how. And she said, Doctor, I am demi. What? Yes, doctor, I am demisexual. So, pin drop silence, because I am using this term for the first time in my life. So, I don't know about you all, but many times I have experienced divine support from the mysterious force. This time came in the form of a phone call. My true caller was showing it as a spam. However, I answered that. I made her believe that it is an important call about a patient I will be operating after tomorrow. And got up from the seat and got into a side room only to see the definition of demisexual, because I am hearing it for the first time. So I continued the discussion. That call was from Bajaj Finance, and she was telling about her loans, and I was telling about the endometriosis and the pre-operative investigation. So there was some, controversy. So later I never had a call from Bajaj Finance because they added my name in the NCC list, never called customer name. So continuing the discussion, I came back and sat in front of her, pretending that I know everything about demisexuality. So then I told her, okay, I understand your feeling, but I'm still confused. How can I help you get a divorce? Then she started telling me her story. After her graduation, she was working in Mumbai. She was in an IT firm. That is when her parents were looking for proposals. So she always used to tell that I need some more time, I'm not at home. But when this particular proposal came, in known families, very affluent families, boy is also very handsome from and he is working in Canada. Very nice people. So all the family members forced her. My patient's elder sister is a gynecologist. She is working in one of the popular hospitals in Delhi. So everyone forced her, nice proposal, you will never get a person like this. My patient also wanted to go out of India and settle there. So she thought, okay, this is a nice opportunity. She agreed for the marriage. She got married and she went to Canada, but nothing happened. So every time when her husband comes to her, she always used to buy time, I need some more time, I need some more. That time, I'm just copying and pasting her own dialogue. That time, she feels like hugging me. The moment she hugs me, her own words, my husband starts playing piano on my body and I feel happy. This was her own statement. So, she used to feel love and she doesn't know to whom she should discuss. She was reluctant to open up to her sister or any other relative. So she started searching in the internet and came to know that she is demisexual. So the moment she confirmed that she is demisexual, she called her mom and told that, Mother, I am demisexual. She explained everything about demisexuality to her mother and she requested her to talk to my father and sister and help me do something. I can't be here with my husband because I am not sexual attraction. So the mother got worried, and before she boarded flight, she told this to her mother. So the mother told her husband. Both of them got upset and they immediately went to their family physician. So the family physician told them, don't worry, this all is very commonly, you take her to a psychiatrist, he will do the needing. So they did not tell her sister, I mean elder daughter who is a gynecologist. So the moment this girl came, the parents told her that let us meet a psychiatrist. So for that she refused. No, I will not meet a psychiatrist here. Do one thing, you discuss with my sister who is a gynecologist. And if she insists, I will meet the psychiatrist. So parents, okay, then the parents spoke to the elder daughter who is a gynecologist, and immediately the gynecologist called her in 5 minutes. What demi nonsense? Who diagnosed that you are a demisexual? She said, no, nobody diagnosed, I got it from internet. Yeah, you IT people are always like that. And we call it as an idiot syndrome. Internet derived information of the. Don't be a fool. Don't be an idiot. Be practical in your life. Look at my husband. He leaves at 7:30, comes back at 10:30. Doesn't even know that me and my 2 children exist here. Doesn't help me with anything. And you know that he's a introvert, doesn't get along with family or neighbor, nobody. Half of his salary has to give to his parents. See your husband, 100 times better than mine. Very handsome guy, affluent, and treats you like a kid, and you want divorce. You'll never get a husband like that. Just 2 days back only, he called me and inquired about me and my children. You are a lucky girl. Do one thing. Don't go behind all this internet diagnosis. Get back, and I will call I will call him and tell him that to give you some more time. So everything will fall in place. Don't break your head for me. So listening to her parents also started forcing her. You do one thing. You go back. We'll talk to your husband. So that's why I'm here, doctor. The last resort to you please help me with the divorce. You talk to my parents and I said, okay, I will definitely help you, but I have a doubt. What is that, doctor? You know, your parents are asking you, please tell them, why can't you give it a try? So she was a bit annoyed. She told me, doctor, my parents I can understand. My sister also I can understand. But you being a sexologist, you are asking me to go. No, I am not asking you to go. But are you ready for a chance? No, doctor, I am not. Okay, then do one. You forget about demisexuality. You forget that you even got married. What according to you is marriage, sexual? Then she told me, doctor, for me to get sexually attracted or get married to somebody, I need to know that person well. And if that person is good, I will make a friendship with him. And if he is a good friend, eventually I might develop an emotional connection. And if that emotional connection is strong enough, I may think of getting married or have sex with you. You know better than me, doctor, what a demisexuality is. So yeah, I know. Okay, sure. So that is what. So I asked her, so you mean to say that you cannot bypass any of this? No, I can never bypass you. So doctor, please help me get a. So that is what demisexuality is. So it is my patient who introduced to me the word demisexuality, and she taught me the basics of demisexuality. So now you know my patient very well, all of you know very well now. The husband is 100 times better than our sister. Affluent, affectionate, fun-loving, handsome, but she wants divorce because she doesn't have any sexual attraction. So now let us see this human sexuality spectrum. At one end you have the asexual, and the other end of the spectrum you have the allosexual or sexual. In between always there will be a gray area. Thoda beta, thoda car. So our demisexual come under that. Now let us put this in a triangular form, the sexuality triangle. So the y-axis you have the amount of sexual attraction, the top maximum attraction of different genders. On the left you have homosexual, middle bisexual and heterosexual. The bottom lowest sexual attraction is the asexual. And the x-axis is the gender. So now when you come down from the top with the maximum sexual attraction from all genders to the bottom black area where the no sexual attraction is the asexual. And just above is that gray section, our demisexual down will come in that area. So the whole spectrum, asexual spectrum at the bottom and the sexual spectrum at the top, to understand it in a better way. So asexuality means you never get a sexual attraction to anybody. That doesn't mean that you will not participate in sex or enjoy sex. Some asexuals are sex favorable and others are sex unfavorable. So Sorry, sexuality is also natural. It is not a sexual dysfunction or paraphilia or a hormonal deficiency. It's a normal variant. It's a sexual orientation. And now coming to the history of the term demisexual. The first use of demisexual was in 2006 in a forum called Sexuality Education Network. It's a very good resource for the sexual term. So it was used first in 2006, and many men and women started identifying with it 2008 onwards, to the extent that by 2019-20, most of the dating websites and dating apps like Tinder and OkCupid started allowing the individuals to select demisexual as an orientation. So this is a forum I was talking about, AVN, Sexual Visibility Education Network. Coming back to the asexual, I told you, this seldom or never experienced sexual attraction. The gray, as I told you, thoda meeta, thoda ka. You know, we cannot definitely classify it into either asexual or sexual. But they have some bit of a some bit of a sexual part in their system. That is why they are always put in the gray area. Depending upon the intensity, they are called either gray sexual or grey asexual. Our demisexual will come under that area. So that's what I was telling about this grey area. Now, the difference between sexual and demisexual. So you know, sexual, like all of us, we get sexually attracted to anyone, irrespective of we having an emotional bond, be it any gender. We'll have sexual attraction to attracted people on the street, airport, conferences, classmates, workplaces. But that doesn't mean that they will jump into sexual activity. Main difference is that demisexual will not start off with any of such feelings. That is the main difference. They will be slow in starting the sexual activity. So emotional intimacy is a prerequisite for getting sexual attraction. That doesn't mean that once you develop emotional intimacy, they will jump into sexuality. For some people, it will take years of courtship. They want to know the person well, and the emotional connection has to be strong enough. For others, it might be a short period. So I said that about demisexuality in DSM-5, I couldn't find any reference in DSM-5. So we have to, usually these people will be always misdiagnosed as female sexual interest arousal disorder or male hyperactive sexual disorder. So we have to keep this in mind, that demisexuality is there as an orientation before concluding the other two conditions. So now these are the different types of attraction: sexual, sensual, romantic, platonic and aesthetic attraction. So the affection spectrum, people will have all attraction except sexual attraction. They will be romantic, sensual, all they will have except the sexual attraction. So now all of you are familiar with my patient. Now let us request all of you to forget that she is demisexual and she is not even married. And let us see that she is still in Bangalore and she is a lesbian. What would happen? It is very easy for her to convince her parents that she is a lesbian. Her own sister in Delhi will tell her parents that no, don't look for boys. She is a lesbian. We have to leave her like that. We should not force her to marry. It is very easy to convince people you are a lesbian or a gay. It's very easy, because now it is accepted widely. Gay, lesbian and all. All of you know that. But it is very difficult for a demisexual to convince me. Just see my patient. She couldn't convince her parents. Her own sister, who is a gynecologist. The biggest joke is me, gynecologist, because I am sexologist. But for my divine support, I would have been dumped in front of her. So, yes. 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 So for a demisexual, it is very hard to convince. Main reason is that yesterday I asked around 12 to 14 friends of mine and asked about demisexual. They asked the same question: what is that? What is that? So I am targeting that at least. Especially we are practicing sexology from different branches of medicine and to different specialties. I am a gynecologist, there are dermatologists, surgeons, physicians, gynecologists. Psychiatrists and psychologists will know everything about demisexuality or asexuality. But I am targeting the other audience because I will tell you the reason why. So I promised her that I will talk to her sister and the family. Because I need to know about demisexual. I told her I'll talk to them tomorrow. So I went and read about everything. And I called her sister and identified myself that I am also a gynecologist. And I told that your sister had come yesterday who is a demisexual. And fortunately, it is not a gate syndrome. And we call it as a different syndrome that is called iodide syndrome. So she said, I never heard about it. Yeah, even nobody heard about it because I coined recently. I gave the mnemonic. Your sister is the inspiration for that. Now what is that? It is the internally derived information. Nothing is obstructing here. It is enhancing the diagnosis. So this is very important way because the purpose of me presenting this to this August 13th is that in the era of ChatGPT, yesterday Brahmavat sir was telling about Google View. I know that the internet derived information is definitely obstructing our treatment. Many patients, especially when aerophobia and all, very difficult to convince the patient. But there are conditions where it will enhance our diagnosis. That is what I just gave this name as iodide syndrome, internet derived information, enhancing diagnosis. And I told her sister that everything about demisexual and made her understand that you should not force your sister. So we discussed and she was very much thankful to me. And I told her to, whenever you use this term, please remember me and your sister. Then, if anybody is interested to know what happened to my patient, we will discuss it the banquet time when we are classmates or when we are together. So now, before I conclude, I have 2-3 slides. Don't look at this slide with detective eyes and identify the celebrity there. Only understand the logic behind it. Don't look at this. You only understand the logic behind this. If you can be turned on by someone's brain, it doesn't matter you are 50, 60, 70. Doesn't matter caste, creed, how handsome you are, your Madhya Pradesh is bigger or anything. Most important is that your Uttar Pradesh should be good. You should be intelligent enough. Surprise? Yes. I'll before 2-3 minutes. Okay, I have enough time. So this girl, she's an advocate again. 24 years, she was working with the senior advocate firm, boss. So he's a very popular guy. Does a lot of charity, very active, social media, television and all. So does a lot of, he's a very good singer, very popular guy. So this girl's infatuation went to an extent that she went and hugged him one day when no one was there. So for 1 to 2 minutes, she was hugging her boss. Realizing the mistake, she ran away. And that boss, he's known to me, he called me immediately and said that there is something fishy. You please have a word with her. So next day she came to me with the diagnosis of sapiosexual. Sapio means, in Latin it means wise. So I just want to bring out another important point. If you are above 50, 60, 70, born, Madhya Pradesh is big, don't worry. You still have a chance to win because there are a lot of sapios around. So I am not going to tell you about the sapiosexual. This is a family of sexual orientation, different sexual orientation. I told you the importance of me presenting to you that tomorrow when patients might come to you, demisexuality or sapiosexuality because of the ChatGPT and all, they are coming to you for the second opinion, believe it or not. Yes. They are not coming for the first opinion, they are coming to you for the second opinion. They know the diagnosis, they know the investigation, they know the treatment. They know the details of the antibiotic and their side effects. They are coming to check our knowledge. So at least we should not be dumb in front of them. We should not be dumb in front of them. That is the idea of me presenting. I just brought the topic just because Paras Bhai asked me to present something about premature ejaculation. What I don't have anything to add other than the Q's technique and all. Everybody has mentioned about it. I thought I will add something else. That is why I got on this topic. Demisexuality is not the important point here. The important point is about that we should be aware of all these things and we should not be dumb in front of the patient. Again, this one. So for an asexual spectrum people, when it comes to attraction, I am like a Wi-Fi signal in a crowded cafe, full buzz or nothing. So thank you so much for patiently listening. I hope it was a time for 4 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Radhakrishnan. Very interesting presentation. And one lesson learned was that in case somebody comes to you, a patient, and wants to impress you by using words like demisexual or sexual. All you are required to do is to pretend that there is a call. Go to the other room and see the whoever.
If you are lucky enough, sir. If you are lucky enough, you will expect a call.
Yeah. Thank you so much. These words were quite alien to me, particularly. I don't know about others, but it's good to be educated like this. Thank you so much on behalf of all of us.
Every new words being added.
Yeah.
Plus word is there. Sexual,
Yesterday, Dr. Narayan sir was telling about scoliosis section. In fact, mentioned about transgender.
I feel very is this because when they first we have to know yourself. They will not start a sexual relationship even for 2 or 3 years. Maybe each time they come, I must know him first. Then only I will agree for the sexual relationship. So when will that natural attraction come? God only knows. So this is, and it's very difficult to treat them, or how to treat them is very difficult. So already it disturbs that natural urge or attraction just after marriage. You are not seeing that. For the many couples who come for counseling, I must understand. We must understand each other first. Then we will start the sexual relationship.
Yes.
By the time this time goes on 2, 3 years, 5 years, then they get fed up with each other and they forget about sex at all ultimately. And if at all if they are interested, they just go for some assisted reproductive ARTS and then they have one child. It's because of the force by the parents. But anyway, and they don't mind. They are not at all bothered. That's what I have seen. Many couples who come, they are not bothered about their sexual relationship, whether to have sex or it. They think it is not an important thing. Most of them are career minded. That's what is happening.
So, if we have to believe the sexual definition, then probably your generation, people from your generation were supposed to be demisexual because there was emotional bondage between among the couples. Since nowadays it's not there, that's why divorces are happening. So I guess demisexual people who are demisexual earlier, nowadays we are not demisexual. If we have to believe the no, there is no generation gap is not there. The emotional connection and sexual all that there from the beginning. They are not, but I don't see it nowadays because people are getting divorced. If there was an emotional, my topic is story behind the divorce. Yeah, that's all. We have to be. I guess these all terms are confusing and unnecessarily creating confusion among the people. No, that may be, but we being sexologists should be available. This idea of people. I'm not talking about that demisexual. Not at all mentioned in any of the textbooks. It is not. No, it is not mentioned in any of the textbooks. Only to create an awareness about the chat GPT and Google Guru, I just got on this topic. That's all. Something new, something practical. Right.